dating someone with a low credit score.
Not,
Not safe.
not safe. And then,
Hi, this is Nicole.
and this is Sultana, aka Queen.
And you are watching Makeup,
Breakups.
and Martinis.
Cheers, you guys. So we finally made our way over to YouTube.
After 2 years.
Yes. So welcome. We have a podcast on all major platforms if you would like to find us. But we are now here on YouTube. So
Yay.
welcome.
So anybody who's watching us for the very first time, we kind of just want to introduce ourselves and how we met and how we got here, actually.
Yes. So how did we meet, Nicole?
So, all right.
How long has it been? I can't even remember.
I just
gotta
round
remember
up.
this. Yeah.
I say 10 years, but it's probably around 8.
Yeah.
But we met actually through our exes.
Yeah.
So I was married. I was in a relationship for 11 years. And I have a child. She was 10. And then I got divorced and I was trying to learn how to date again.
Yeah, so we met through our exes. They were mutual friends, and then we would always hang out together. And I think our friendship really grew from when you were separating with your ex and I was separating from mine.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
we were friends and that. Her ex always rotated girlfriends, so I never really engaged with.
Before me.
Yeah, before her. But Tana was the first person I really connected with, and I was like, you gotta stay with her because I really like her.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So
yeah, you actually got me back in the dating game and tried to.
I got you back. I'm
Well,
just kidding.
You monogamed me.
I'm just kidding.
And gave me all the tips I needed.
Yeah, so like you said, you were in a relationship for 10 years, and so you didn't even have to experience all that whole dating app or anything.
No,
you met your
everything
guy
was so
organically.
new to me. Yeah.
And I remember when you were still with him, I was like, girl, you do not want to be out here because it is not
It's not safe.
It's not safe. And then, you and your ex separated, and then it was like, well, welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry that you're here. And then, so we would meet up all the time and then kind of talk about
just our dating life.
Yeah. Because I was separated from my ex too, or not separated. Divorced. I'm kidding. No, my ex and I broke up, so then we were both out there just dating and
Wilding out.
Yeah.
No,
But then so what happened? After a while we kind of decided hey,
our stories were really funny and
Yeah.
entertaining. So you were doing a blog and then you kind of introduced hey, we should do a blog together. And so when I separated from my ex, there was no podcast that was available really.
Yeah.
I mean, podcast wasn't popping like it is.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing.
So it was mainly blogs. And then when I would try to look up things online, I couldn't really find anyone that was going through my situation.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to do a blog, but then you were let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
So I think the whole idea for us was just anybody who could relate to our stories.
Yeah.
Then,
Dating.
Yeah. Then we're just happy to help.
Yeah. So that's how we got started. That's how we're here. And yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit about our podcast. We talk about making up, breaking up, and anything that you would need a martini for.
Which is everything. So cheers. And I mean, that's pretty much the basis of it.
So we normally have a mixer question when we start off every segment, but this time is a little bit different. So we have an Instagram page, and if you don't follow us, make sure you do. You can find us at Makeup, Breakups, and Martinis.
Yes, and don't forget, while you're on our page, don't forget to hit subscribe and the post notification so that you can stay updated on when we release new episodes on our YouTube channel as well.
What do they say? Hit the like button?
Yes, wherever it is. But yes, so we normally start our episodes out with a mixer question, and
yeah, we have a topic, but we actually, so like I said, we went on our IG, we posted a question. If any of our followers had a question for us, they want us to discuss, we would do it, and that's what we're going to do. We can't get through to all of them, but we're going to get through a few.
Yeah.
So here was one. Where do you find single men in 2020?
Ooh, that's a good one. Jeez, I don't even know. That's a tough question. I'm trying to figure that out myself, girl. Let me know. I'm trying to find one.
I don't know where to find one, and if I did, I wouldn't be on this podcast.
Well, what I will say though, I think that the dating apps are kind of I don't know. People do find success on dating apps, so I can't say those don't work. I think you have to be really strategic when you do use a dating app. So dating apps still do work. So that
do you have to be strategic? Like how?
Strategic, as in like you have to really like analyze what he has on his profile. I mean, we do this all the time. It's like, okay, he looks like he's not really looking for somebody. He got one picture up, like he's not looking for a relationship. Right?
So, I don't know. So I have so many friends who found their boyfriends through dating apps, but I don't know. Now I need to go back and ask, like, if they had a strategic plan to who they were narrowing down. We all do, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think it's like just looking at the red flags. So if you see somebody who probably doesn't have a bio or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Does a bio even matter nowadays?
Like, I never have a bio, so I'm.
But for guys,
then I'm a major red flag. Then.
But for guys, no, we can pull it off because we just need a picture. But like for guys, I think they need a bio or something like to say like, hey, I'm really looking for somebody. I'm really interested in a long-term relationship or something like something that gives you like a glimpse into like who they really are, what they're looking for.
What I can say is I like Bumble. I don't know if that's my favorite. I haven't tried them all out. But I do like Bumble because it gives you the option to choose, like, you want something casual, you want a relationship.
Yeah.
So I always pick, like, want a relationship? Okay. But they could be saying that.
I was going to say, I think all of them let you, like, choose if you want to be in a relationship or what you're looking for. It's just in the end, they're not really looking for a relationship. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's what they post. So.
But, I mean, I think the dating apps do work. You just have to have a strategy for it. The clubs, do you feel like the clubs?
Oh, so lately, everything and my soul says you are not going to find your husband in a club. So. Yeah.
But you can still find love in the club, ladies.
You can find love in a club.
No, but
everybody, I don't know, this Selena guy. No, I have a girlfriend and she loves to read. So she actually told me that she met her husband at a bookstore.
Oh,
you remember?
Yeah.
Sharita.
Yeah. So a bookstore.
Yeah,
which I haven't been to. So
she said that she picked out a book. She went to the cafe, and then her husband now like went up to. Oh, they're married. Yeah, her husband now like went up to her and they exchanged information and now they're married. So
I need to go to a bookstore.
Yeah,
I mean we all need to go to.
Say that to say this. You can find me, fellas, at your local bookstores,
Barnes and Nobles,
at the self-help section.
Yes. All right. So
I mean, I don't know. What I do know is that everybody's gonna find somebody. We're not gonna be single forever. And
knock on wood, Lord.
Yeah. And good things come to those who wait.
Yeah.
And if you're desperate, like I was, go to New Orleans and go see a tarot card reader. Because I saw a great one, and she told me that. Well, that was the question I asked. I said, "Will I have like love in my life again?" And so I was an addict like after that, but every psychic I saw, they were like, yes, you're gonna find love and it's gonna be long lasting and it's gonna be everything that you want. But she told me to be patient. I was so excited that she just said, yes, it's gonna happen. Coming. It's gonna happen. I didn't even ask. So like it's been 4 years since I've been single for 4 years. So like, when is my time up? I feel like I've served my time. My patience is running out.
But basically, you're saying you should go see a psychic, and they could probably help you find somebody.
They'll give you more, like, maybe
insight.
Where.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. So the next question, I hope we answered that for you.
I know.
Dating someone with a low credit score. Ooh. I really like this question because I feel like we talk about cheating a lot.
Okay.
And finance and cheating are like the top main like reasons that relationships end. And we
True.
really don't discuss finance enough.
Yeah, I think we should definitely touch on that, like this year, like finance and relationship and how they affect each other. But that's true. I mean, finances do affect how your relationship will go. So,
Yeah. Um, Let me think. So what I could say is I wouldn't sign anything in my name for that person.
yeah, no.
Um,
I mean, my perspective on it is, so when you say dating, it depends on how serious you are. So is it casual, or are you really serious? Because if it's casual, then you don't need your credit score to hook up all the time. Like, y'all not trying to buy anything together.
let's assume it's serious.
Okay, if it's serious, then I mean, if it's for the long haul, then you need to help them with their credit score. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't put anything in my name, but we got to figure out what are you doing that your credit is messed up. Because I mean, student loans, everybody has them. Some people have gone for their doctorate or whatever, and they have a bunch of student loans, and that's what's messing up their credit. So, I mean, you've got to explain like why is your credit messed up and how can we fix it. So if it is serious,
See, that was a little touchy, like when I was reading it, because I was like, how long are you guys into a relationship? But if we were going to say serious, we've been doing this long enough where we know communication is key. So if this is a person that you see long term and you see like, oh, their finance, like their credit score is low, and yours will just assume it's high, then you want to have that conversation like, why is it low? Did somebody like steal your info and then just
no, they were shopping on their credit
I'm
cards.
trying to give them an excuse. I'm trying to help them
They
out.
were buying McDonald's.
That's your excuse.
They were using their tax returns to buy a new car.
Well, tax return is a good thing that, I mean, I'm glad that you said it because they could use their tax return to give to a creditor to help their
But they weren't.
well, they could.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, if you want to work on it, then you can figure out a strategy. Like right now it's tax time. All right, let's figure out what we got to pay down so that your credit can be better. But it's, I mean, I think my question is it something that'll make or break a relationship?
I mean, well, all right. I think it could, especially if this person like says finance is
it
means a lot. Yeah, because if they want to find a partner and was like, hey, let's buy these homes, let's flip it, or let's set ourselves up. You got to be on the same.
So you break up with somebody if everything else. I mean,
I'm just saying like you have to have that conversation with somebody, and then,
I mean, you could put them on your credit line and then increase that. I mean, I don't know. I think I could make it work. I mean, it's not ideal. You don't want to walk into a relationship and like see that they have, because I think someone with low credit shows a lack of discipline or just.
Oh, that's a hard habit to break because like we weren't, well, not to generalize.
I mean, they don't teach
a lot of people. Yeah,
they don't teach you anything about finances.
You weren't brought up in school, or like maybe your parents didn't teach you like how to save money or what to do with your money.
Right.
So you got a job and you spent it, and so that's a hard habit to break.
Right.
But if you have that conversation with somebody and it's like, hey, well, where do you see our future? Like, what's going on with your credit score? And then they want to, let me see, if they want to fix their credit score and work on it for themselves for the goal of you guys building something together, then that shows a lot. I mean, you have to have that conversation and see if they're working baby
on
steps.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah. So
then, yeah.
If not, then
I wouldn't say cut them off. You just got to see like.
I think if they're not ready to fix it, cut it. I
mean, I don't think they're gonna say I'm not gonna fix it. I think they're gonna.
I mean, I think if someone's not willing to break the habits that they have continued in, that contributed to that. Like you want to buy new clothes, you want to buy Gucci belts, and you don't have.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean? If you see those habits
then it's
decreasing
like
and they're making the changes, then then that works.
All right.
I don't know, I
think we answered the question.
Yeah.
No.
We did good. I'm just trying to think. There's always I'll go to sleep and like, oh,
there's something we forgot.
Yeah, there was something. All right. So the third one, advice for college students dating, saving, traveling, and how to do it right.
Ooh.
I know. I wish I would have asked this myself when I was just a college student.
I don't remember when I wasn't. Oh, geez. Let me think. So I wasn't really dating in college, and there was a lot in there. So it was like What did she say? Dating, saving,
Dating, savings, traveling, and how to do it right.
how to do it right in college.
How
That
to
is,
do it right.
that
Well, I
is,
hope we give you the right answer.
I know.
Savings. Save as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a man, and if he asks you about your credit score, then you'll be good to go.
Yes. There you go.
But no, for real, save as much as you can. Definitely put a little bit aside for traveling. I mean, I wish I would have traveled when I was younger. I make up for it now.
I mean, I think it is really hard in college because you are balancing your classes and all the assignments. So it, I- if you can, great. If not, then it probably is something that you would save after college. But at the same time, what I've learned from traveling with you is like sometimes like trips aren't as expensive as we make them out to be. Like people are spending $200 in the bar or at the club buying bottles or whatever, and you could really have a trip with that. Like
Right.
you could really go somewhere. So it's really like if you do want to travel while you're in college, managing your money so that you can
Yeah.
go somewhere.
I mean, you grow so much when you travel. You learn about other cultures. So I think that's really
and that's a good thing to do while you were in college. Definitely like traveling and getting exposed to
you
different
learn
cultures.
so much about yourself too.
Yeah. Dating in college. I think that a lot of people meet their husband in college. I did not, obviously. Geez. What I will say about that though is, you want to, I don't know. This sounds like I'm trying to encourage thoughtism. Is that a word? But
We
you
can
want to
make it a
have,
word.
yeah, like you want to have fun in college. You want to,
Oh, is that what we're saying? All right, go ahead. I like this.
I feel like I really missed out on the whole college experience. So, you do want to take that time to like explore and get to know what you like, get to know yourself and figure out like what does the rest of your life look like. So, have as much fun as you can, travel as much as you can. I know those budgets are tight. So if you got to take like a quick road trip somewhere just to get away for the weekend, it doesn't have to be expensive. Just do as much as you can before real life hits you because them bills don't play. So yeah.
All right. So what I would say is that anybody older that you know, ask that to everybody. Ask them for their dating advice because the best people are people who've been in relationships, who's been divorced, who's been in marriage, and
yeah, I mean they're gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna be like, baby, listen, let me tell you, back in my day,
run.
what I should have done and what you can do now, so definitely listen to like older people. I was about to say elders, Lord, and we are not elders. That's like Keisha Cole and her yeah, when Nick Cannon called her an elder. Listen to your elders. But no, definitely having fun. College is the perfect time to just have fun, explore, date, do whatever before because once you have kids and you get married, that's a different part of your life. So you want to enjoy the part of your life where you're free, you're learning in school and outside of school. So
yeah,
take
I mean,
advantage.
when you're young, you're growing so much. You're still figuring out who you are as a college student, who you are like outside of like when you finally get your career.
Yeah.
So, being in a relationship, I mean, you
can have a serious relationship in college. You can.
But if you see red flags and you're
too young to like be trapped down,
then just go.
That's my theme
go
song.
Get your girlfriends, travel.
Yeah.
Save your money. Get your credit score up high.
Keep it high for somebody to cut you off. So yeah.
And if they do, say that somebody stole your information.
You keep thinking that somebody stole. They've been spending their money. It's like, why is your name on all of these?
No, I say that because I actually had someone. It was a guy who reached out to me and he was like, "Hey."
Oh yeah.
And he told me. He said that a family member stole his information and just.
Oh, that's not
his
the story
credits.
I thought you were gonna say.
Oh, and
okay.
Yeah.
So that was his. Reason.
Yeah, and
someone stole his information and they stole it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So
it can happen.
He was like, "Wait for me. I'm trying to build it up."
And you're like, "Okay, fine.
Call me back.
Call me when you cut it up."
No, for credit scores. Well, I haven't been with somebody that long to ask for
About the
credit score.
When do you ask about a credit score?
Well, that's what I was thinking when I read their question. I was like, wow, I haven't even asked anybody because I haven't been in.
Well, that's why I said it's got to be
haven't
like
made it to
serious,
have
because if
that.
y'all just hooking up, then y'all not trying to buy anything. Your credit's not going to affect my credit. I just need you to buy my drinks. That's about it. And then, you know, like when we get serious, it's like, all right, can you buy a house? You know, so.
Like, I've been at his house and I haven't seen a pre-approved
Yeah,
credit card mail.
Anywhere, you know, so.
I don't know about his credit
score.
score. All right, so here's one more. Are you setting yourself up for failure, setting unrealistic expectations for yourself?
Wait, is that a personal question? Nicole, are you asking me this? What?
Asking for a friend. That's
Wait, you
the
gotta,
question.
To who, though?
I don't know.
Nicole is asking me this question on the low.
I wrote it. I don't even know how to answer this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's gotta have more detail. Like, how are you setting yourself up for unrealistic expectation? Like, what is the, I guess, scenario? What I will say is, I mean, if you're a dreamer, then definitely dream big. Go big or go home. Like,
high credit scores and big houses.
That's
nice
not even
cars.
a dream. That's just gotta be standard. I think that's not even
well,
like.
I mean, I feel like those are unrealistic and high expectations. Some people, not saying you.
High credit is.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you want the whole package, like a high credit score and like a big house and a nice car, and you gotta make this amount of money. Really?
No, I don't care about the big house and everything, but the high
I'm just
credit
saying,
score.
like, everything.
Oh, having everything. Okay, yeah.
Like the package.
So that is, I guess, an unrealistic expectation of like having a guy or a person that like meets everything. Yes,
yeah, a guy or girl.
Unrealistic. But as far as like personal goals, that's why I took it. I took it as like personal goals. So if you have a personal goal, I mean, right now everybody's doing their vision board. So I mean, your vision board is limitless. So I think can't limit your. That's
right.
why
I'm taking it as dating.
Okay, dating. Okay, dating.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So dating, nobody's perfect. I don't think you can find the perfect.
All right, I took it as dating.
Yeah, it probably is dating. I'm just thinking about my life. So yeah, I think you got to make sure that you have human flaw in there. Like nobody's going to be perfect. Everybody's going to annoy you a little bit, your husband, whatever. So your perfect partner isn't going to be perfect. So
I guess we can talk about both.
What do you mean? Both?
Dating and yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of told you, like the vision board is like aim big. I don't think there's anything out of reach if you.
Yeah, I mean, set your goals up high, and if you don't accomplish, there's always next year. But
not that if you don't accomplish it, but at least
you're
like,
working on it.
You're working on it, or you get close. Like, what's the saying? Like, aim for the sky, and maybe you'll land in the stars. I think I'm messing it up. I don't know, but it's something like that. Like, you know, aim as big as you can. But yeah,
I agree. So I think when it comes to dating, gosh, I know I did like when I started back dating, it was so I think I had high expectations, and then they just dropped down. It was like, I just want a good person now.
What was one of the things that was like too high?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. It'll come to me in a second.
Okay.
It will come. But, it's kind of like what we said with Girl Talk. If a guy had like 5 kids, and then we were like, oh, that might be too many.
So then, 5 kids isn't too much?
No, it is. But then it's like you're dating after a while. Then it's like, all right, you know what? 5 kids don't really sound too bad.
That's too low. That's setting the bar a little. I mean, but I get it.
I'm just exaggerating.
I know what you mean. Like if you meet the right person, then sometimes you can make some exceptions.
Yeah.
Lord, I can't speak. But yeah, okay. I hope we answered that. I feel like we did. I answered that, like, personal
Uh,
goals, set your goals as high as you want.
yeah, we can always go back to it. We can clarify with her what she meant.
Yeah.
All right, the last one we're gonna do is being with someone with insecurities and family problems.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
Yeah, I can't be with anybody who has insecurities.
Well, I think everybody has insecurities. It's kind of like figuring out what kind,
Yeah, that's true.
and the kind that like messes with my life is the kind I can't deal. Like as far as like you being controlling,
Yeah, that's
that's where it's like I need you to find somebody else to control. Like that's not gonna work for me.
that
So
really shouldn't work for anybody.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was watching this interview on the Breakfast Club with Lil Mo, and she was talking about how her husband had all these insecurities, and they had like this abusive relationship thing. But yeah, I mean, I some people fall into that. I don't think it's healthy if a person has that kind of insecurity. Like they really need to work on themselves, separate from you. Like you can't help them. I mean,
Yeah, I know we talked about this on a prior podcast, but so the craziest thing is, Tana was dating. Yeah, I guess you're dating someone, and
why did you say it like that? You're like, oh.
I always forget about him. I guess that's why.
Okay.
And he popped up in the club because he didn't trust you,
Oh,
and that was the
yeah.
craziest thing.
Yeah, and that was like
Yeah, it was
early
like
on,
a
a
week.
week, maybe two. And so what happened was I invited him to come. He said he wasn't. So I just went with Nicole. And after he called me and he was like, well, I was there. I'm like, and you didn't say hi. So it was kind of weird.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't come up to us. We didn't know.
He was just watching me the whole night. So yeah, those kind of insecurities are like red flags. Like why, so yeah, those are kind of things like I can't help you with. Like, so I don't think you can help someone with that kind of insecurity. But I think if it's a guy with a woman, because women have a lot of insecurities. So that's kind of like how would you gauge it in that way if it's reversed? Like
And I don't think the guy can help the girl either. It's like something like
get
she's
it.
gotta, yeah,
That's true, because
she's
she
gotta
would never
fix.
believe that she's pretty or whatever if she doesn't believe it within herself.
Yeah.
So y'all gotta fix yourselves in 2020. We gotta fix ourselves with our insecurities before you walk into a relationship and try and fuck somebody else's life up. I don't think you can curse before you mess somebody else's life up. Okay, so fix yourself. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Families.
Ooh,
Gosh,
that's
telling. I guess like that's situational, right?
ugh. Well, so this is going into like I guess a bit of a tangent. It's like, do you believe in generational curses? Like, what are some of the things in your family that are like a pattern, and do you want to kind of connect yourself with that? So that's kind of going a little deep with it, but yeah, and then not even that. Like, what was your example? So, what did you see growing up? So, if you saw your dad beating your mom, or having like combative, relationships, or how they resolve their issues was not healthy, then that's something that you're going to try and imitate. So what were your examples, and are you going to try and bring that into what we have? So yeah, I mean, definitely looking at that family dynamic is like really telling, because you know we definitely repeat that. So yeah, I definitely want to see your family. Like, are your parents together? So my parents weren't together. um but at the same time, it's like, have have you healed from that? Like, are you?
But you're still close with your family,
Well,
like both
yeah,
of them.
yeah, definitely that too. So like, I think if you're not close with your parents or whatever, that's like also something like what's going on there. So there's a lot of things that can like, I guess they're like clues that can help you with like determining how your relationship is going to go. Like, okay, well, what's going on with your family dynamic? So, um,
I remember there was a guy and he asked me, it was like one of the first questions he asked me, he was like, well, what's your relationship with your mom? And
wow.
I was like, oh, me and my mom are close. And so I kind of like figured where he was going with it. And then he was like, oh, okay. Like after a while when we were talking, he was like, well, my ex, she really didn't get along with her mom. And I feel like that's very telling. The funny thing is he talked a lot of trash about his mom. So I had to call him out. I was like, how you going to
Wait
ask
a
me
minute.
about my mom?
Yeah. You not
But
close?
you're talking,
Yeah.
you're talking almost all the time about your mom. So
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always nice to have like if everybody's good
Cohesive.
or cohesive with their family. I don't know, but I do believe like there's some things that go on. It's situational, and they might break away from their family, and it might have a justified reason for it.
Oh, well, no, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I mean, you can justifiably detach from your family, but all of that affects you, and you need to, I mean, it's going deep. Like, you need to get some help for whatever it is and, resolve those issues, because that's going to affect whatever relationship that you get into, because then you're going to think whatever you saw was normal. So,
yeah, definitely ask like all the right questions.
yeah.
Reason why you guys aren't speaking.
Wait a minute, pause. That's a really good point. Asking the right questions. And I think that's something that, I mean, I don't think I've done in the past, like ask the right questions. So I had someone try to like talk to me recently of someone like from the past. And I asked one question. I was like, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want with me? And when I tell you ghost, ghost, there was no response. And that was all I needed to know. Like, okay, so you didn't want anything. And I asked you a hard question and you couldn't, you couldn't step up to the challenge. So I think that's,
what date number is that?
What do you mean, date? Well, so what happened was this is someone from a long time ago, and we saw each other again, and we did go on a date. And then after that date, I text the question like, well, what are your intentions with me? Because of course on the date it's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. I want to be with you, or whatever. And then I asked, what are your intentions? And there was no answer. So ladies, if you want to figure out what he wants, ask what he's looking for. And I mean, that'd be very telling. If you're looking for something serious and he's just doesn't respond, then he doesn't have any plans. But yeah, so asking the right questions is so important, because if you don't ask, you don't know. And when you do ask, you might be surprised what you hear. And you're like, okay, so let me back out now. So
I think that's good. I feel like consistency is always key in a relationship. So you can really tell, like, are they calling or they're texting? Are they asking to hang out with? Like, you can kind of feel and get a vibe of where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have that disconnect, you can definitely ask that question, like, all right, so what are we doing?
Yeah. So.
That's good. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
This was super scary for me.
Yes. So, you want to do the outro?
All right. So please like this episode.
Yes.
And if you have any topics you'd like us to discuss, comment below. Follow us on Instagram at Makeup Breakups and Martinis. You can also email us, same, makeupbreakupsandmartinis@gmail.com. And hit the subscribe button to stay updated to our next episode.
Cheers,
guys.
Yay.